Howdy folks, welcome back to Schroedman's Shop. I am the Schroedman. What I got going on here today, ouch, sliver, is something a bit different, even for the Schroedman. This is going to be a bowl of a rather unique nature. I started out with this block of black ash. And around this, I squared it up, and then around it, I glued a piece of this stuff. Mystery wood. I have no idea what it is. It weighs a ton. But it also had these grooves cut in it. I'm not sure why, but it doesn't matter. I acquired this for a nice price at my favorite wood store in Ottawa, KJP. I don't know if I'd give them a plug. I don't get anything from them for doing this. But anyway, I thought, well, this was a little over 3 inches thick, this piece of ash. And what I did was I trimmed the bottom, or one side of this thing, the groove out of it, so it was flat. You can see it's flat now. On the opposite side, it remained a groove. So what I did was I stuck some maple strip down in there to fill it up and give it a little bit of contrast. And I thought, geez, that's not very deep. So let's glue some olive wood on the side. This olive wood I had left over from a prior project, the carnivore board. But what I did was this had such a bad split in it that I didn't want to use it. I figured I couldn't possibly use it and sell it to somebody at the farmer's market or wherever. But what I did was I trimmed away all of the splits that were in it. And this is about what I was left over with. And I glued that all around, and I left it a piece from the bottom here so that I would give the bowl a little more height. And then when I was all ready to chuck it up, you can see I had already laid out my faceplate, but I thought, I'm never going to be able to work like that. So I redrew the alignment marks, and I chucked inside. So what you're going to likely see me do here first is chuck it up. And we'll give it a spin, and we'll start rounding off from the bottom. My intent is to, I don't know how it's going to work, but I thought I'll leave this top square and I'll transition it down to round down here. So I'll just keep taking this off and off and off, and eventually this is going to have to be round. But if I leave it square on the top, that should make for a fairly interesting bowl, or it will try and kill me. Wouldn't be the first time. Anyway, that's where we're at. Let's get her chucked up, see if we can make it partly round anyways. Well, apparently my camera shut itself off while I was still turning. This thing is coming out really cool looking. And you can even see the bottom, maybe you can't see here, of the little filler strips I put in those grooves. Just the diamond or the triangle shape. There's one on each corner. And I just kept turning until I got a nice shape, and these little wooden blocks are making a very cool pattern here. But unfortunately, I'm getting a little bit of tear out here, which I don't think is too bad. I can still keep turning that away. I was going to still round this up a little more anyway, but as I was coming towards the end last night, I got up here a little bit and it just grabbed and tore a chunk out of this corner. The original intent was for these corners to stay square, but now I'm going to have to round this all up some. I'm going to have to put some CA in here because this olive wood is splitting pretty good. But I'll put some CA in here and then I'll just keep turning around. And if it wants to chew off of there, well then I guess that's what it's going to have to do. I'll just have to keep working on it. So. And then the inside, of course. It's still got the faceplate in it. But turning that faceplate inside like that was actually seemed to be quite a good plan. So it's working all right. But this is just way cool, I think. So, even AA likes it. So, anyway, I'll shut you off. I'll go and put some CA on here and let it dry for a little while. And then we'll mount her back up and do whatever I have to do to it. So there's a little wee tiny chunk out of here too. And there's. Anyway, let's keep going. There's a little tiny knot there. I didn't notice that. I had the piece before I glued it all up. Well, I was having some problem here. It was getting too thin and started to pop out the back side. So I took another piece of olive wood and I cut it 45. And I left this side outside 90, and I glued them in here to give me a little more meat in the corners. I guess we'll see how it goes. I don't know. But it couldn't hurt. If worst comes to worst, I'll glue some more in there. Right now we're about ready to, I want to keep turning the outside. There's still some tear out here. I'm going to have to try and get rid of. I may end up having to sand that off of there. I don't know. But we'll find out. 3/4 inch roughing gouge. It's going to be interesting working the inside of this. I should be able to get it rounded out pretty good. Well, let's find out. Well guys, I got this pretty much sanded up to 1500 grit Scotch-Brite. I'm just getting ready to take my tenon off because it was kind of out of place for this. Let me do a little more sanding here. And we'll see how this goes, and then I'll put some finish on it. Okay, this is some kind of a bowl. I don't know what the heck it is, but it is pretty cool. The bottom here is ash, and this wood here is unknown to me. I picked it up in KJP in Ottawa. It was already cut. They were off cuts. It's pretty wood though. Weighs a ton. And this is all olive wood around the top. And in the bottom here, you can see the top of this dark wood. And they had already cut it to be kind of like a tongue and groove thing. And I thought, why not stick some maple down in there? So this has some hard maple in it. And again, this is ash. And I started going through in the corners because it was getting pretty tight. So I cut some more olive wood on a 45, and I glued that into these corners to make up a little more leeway on turning. So anyways, it's come out. Actually, I get a kick out of the whole the shape and color of it. And anyways, there's a thing, and I hope you guys like it. I like it. We'll see how the people at the farmers market like it, or the craft sales. And if there's anybody that's really crazy about it, well, maybe we'll try something else like it. So, or it may be sitting here until doomsday. But anyways, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe, and share this video if you're so inclined. And drop me a line, leave me a comment. I'll get back to you. And again, thanks for watching Schroedman's Shop.